Are you freaking out? You should be. All right, y'all. Just a little exciting way to start Spanish class today. Did you ever think that you'd be listening to Tiptoe Through the Tulips in Spanish class? Well, anyway, you are. Just why? Because we got to make learning fun, I guess, okay? All right, everybody. Now, this is kind of on the tail end of introducing to you direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns, all right? I hope my battery holds out. If not, there's going to be a part 2. In order for us to explore how we use direct and indirect object pronouns, okay, I've been teaching you how to use them according to what I call the bird words. And it's a drawing, and all of my students, you all have this, on the bird has 2 wings. And on the left wing, they're indirect object pronouns, le and lace. If you want to draw this at home, you can. So draw a bird, 1 wing, 2 wings, and have a body in the middle, little head over that way. All right. And on this wing, over on the left side, over here, you have le, L-E, and L-E-S. Write that inside the wing, okay? Now, this wing is an indirect object pronoun, and what it does is it tells you with L-E, to him, to her, for him, for her, okay? All right. That's what it answers. Now, it doesn't answer, who or what. It answers to, for, and sometimes from whom. All right, that's a geek point, but stay with me. The left wing, on the other hand, is the direct object pronouns. In this wing, you got 4 of them there. You have lo, la, which is him or it, masculine. La, feminine it or her. And then you have los and las, which is them, either people or things. Now, in the center body, there's only 3 pronouns left that we're going to use. Me, M-E, te, and nos. Me, to me, for me, sometimes from me. Te, you, to you, for you. And nos, us, to us, for us, from us sometimes, okay? Now, the nice part about the middle, me, te, and nos of the bird drawing is you never have to think about using them. Never. There's never a decision to be made. That's like, oh, that's got to be either me or te or nos. And you'll see as we work with these, okay? So I'm making an assumption of everybody watching this that we have done the bird words, what I call them, the indirect and direct object pronouns. We've been doing them. You've seen pictures of the bird. You have drawings of the bird, blah, blah, blah. So if you have that, get that on and use that as a reference. Now, what I'm going to try and do here is I want to show you that language is flexible. Sometimes you use the direct object. Sometimes you use the direct object pronoun. Is there a hard and fast rule? Well, not really. Language is flexible. You can do whatever you want. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to kind of build some sentences using object pronouns, okay? And we're going to change the sentences as we go. So on a piece of paper, here's what I'd like you to do. We're going to start simple, and we're going to keep on building out, okay? Now, stay with me, because as we go and as we do this, you will get the hang of this better. So I'm going to start over here, work left to right, okay? Now, the first sentence that we're going to work with is, let's work with Susana buys. And you know that the verb to buy is comprar, okay? Susana buys, and your verb is comprar. Easy, regular verb, AR ending verb, all right? So now, pause this whenever you need to, like right now would be a good time, and then you write down, for your number 1, write down Susana buys. So put me on pause, I'll wait. Okay, I'm assuming I'm on pause now. I'm not, I should wait. Okay, you can pause me anytime. All right, we're unpaused now. Let's see what you did. Well, hopefully, what you did was you wrote down Susana compra. Susana compra. Very good. All right, we started out simple, and let's build it out. Now, the next one, looking on my well-crafted cheat notes here. All right, it's all scripted, kids. It's all scripted, Got to know your material. All right, Susanna buys. The next thing you're going to say is Susanna. You don't have to write this down. Susanna buys a skirt. And the word for skirt is una falda. Okay? Una falda. Susanna buys a skirt. All right, work with that one. I'll wait. Go ahead and pause me. Time out. Pause me. Okay, we're back. It is my hope that you wrote for number two, your number two, Susanna compra una falda. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, we're going to keep expanding it, all right? Now we're going to say, how about Susanna buys a skirt for us. But we're not going to use the bird word. We're not going to use a direct object pronoun. We're going to say, the way you say for us is para nosotros. Now that's a long way of doing it. It'll work, but it's a long way of doing it. Okay? So, pause me. Give me this sentence. Now, here's the deal. Susanna buys a skirt for us. You don't have any bird words so far. So don't worry about changing the word order at all. Just expand the sentence, okay? Put me on pause. Time out. Okay, you're back. Your number three is Susanna compra una falda para nosotros. All right, we're doing really well here. I think we're going to run out of board, but I'll erase it, all right? Oh my gosh, we've got Susanna compra una falda para nosotros. That works perfectly. Let's keep expanding it, though. We're going to add another thing. Or no, we're going to change another thing, all right? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take para nosotros, and we're going to throw that out, and we're going to replace it with a bird word. What bird word do we have? And you have your bird diagram, okay? What object pronoun are we going to take that will replace para nosotros? Real easy, all right? Now, not only that, but if you replace this with an object pronoun, a bird word, I call them, then it has to go before the verb, and your verb is right here. So remember that. Pause me and write down, Susanna buys a skirt for us, but you're not going to use para nosotros. You're going to change it, and you're going to replace that with a indirect object pronoun, rather. Doesn't matter, an object pronoun, middle of the bird, that's a hint, and put it before the verb. Pause me right now and do that. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you did this. I'm going to quit saying, okay, we're back. Obviously, you know we're back. All right, so you're going to say, Susanna, nos. That's the word that we use to replace para nosotros. Susanna nos compra una falda. Now, what does this say? Well, it just says, Susanna buys us, for us, a skirt. Is there any difference? Can we say that? Is that correct? More correct than that? No. They're both the same. It's okay. But remember, language is flexible, okay? And you need to know how to be flexible with language when you're reading it or when you're using it. So, Susanna nos compra una falda. All right, just to make things more complicated here. All right, we're going to say Susanna buys. Here's what we're going to say. Susanna buys. That's not right. You get it. Susanna buys it for us. Now that is a word, that we already did that one. But now I want you to do this also. Change that to a bird word. And guess what? It also goes before the verb. So you're going to have two bird words before the verb. Time out. Give that a try, and we'll see how you did. We'll come back. Okay, here's what we've got here. All right? Now, what we've got now is we already have the word for us, and we know that's nos. Okay, that works. All right, now, we're going to take una falda, a skirt. We're not going to say a skirt. We're going to say it. It. So you go to your bird and you go, let's see, I want to replace skirt with it. But that's a feminine and singular word. So you know what we're going to do to replace it with, okay? You know what we're going to do. So the it that we're using to replace the word una falda, because we can't use F-A-L-D-A. Can't use falda. Because we don't want to say Susanna buys a skirt for us. We want to say she buys it for us. And the word you're going to use is, I know, you already got the answer, la. So this is the it that you want because it's taking the place of falda, all right? So we've got two of these words here. Well, now what are we going to do? Susanna buys it for us. Well, now we know that we have to insert la and nos. These are both bird words. They're both going to go between the subject and the verb. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit complicated, okay? We have these two words. Susanna buys it for us. And we have la and nos. So what are we going to do? Well, here's what we're going to do. Here's what you're going to do for number 5. All right? See if you can get that and put these in the right order, in the right place. I'll give you a second. Pause it if you would like, okay? All right, seriously, pause this. You try it and compare answers. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're learning. That's what we're doing. So, all right, hopefully this is what you did for number 5 on your paper. You wrote, hopefully, Susanna. All right. We've got buys. Let's put that over here. Okay. Now we know we need to have la and nos in here somewhere to be the for us and be the it. Well, which one goes first? Which one goes second? Well, when you look at your bird, and it's over there. I haven't got a cameraman, so I can't do that. Anyway, but as you look at your bird drawing, going left to right, which one comes up first? Is it going to be la or nos? Well, going left to right on your bird, nos is going to be first. So, you got to have one bird word and a second one. Susana nos la compra. If you got that, I'm real proud of you. Yeah, way to go. Susana nos la compra. Now look what we've got. Susana buys it for us. Don't let the word order mess you up, because the word order in different languages is just going to be different. It's just sort of how it is. Now that we've gotten this far, we're going to try and do maybe one more thing. Let me erase the top sentence here, okay? Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't leave town. All right. All right. Now, you are going to write for me for sentence number 6. This is what I want you to do. So we've got Susana nos la compra. Let's start with that. Susana nos la compra. Susana buys it for us. Now what I want you to do is this. We're going to make this change, all right? Language is flexible. It's flexible. So, we're just going to say Susana buys the skirt, the skirt, or I should say a skirt. Did I mess that up? Buys it for us. No, buys. No, never mind. It's my English that's a problem. All right. Susanna buys it for us. What I want you to do is now, we're not going to say it with a la because we need to know what that is. So we're just going to change it back. All right? So what we're going to do next, what you're going to do next for the last one in this series, number 6, is I want you to write down out of this, instead of saying Susanna buys it for us, I want you to say Susanna buys a skirt for us. So I don't want you to say it. Let's get rid of that. And the reason I'm having you do this is just so that you can prove to me that you understand that language is flexible. So go back and put another word in there and put it in the right place. So what you're going to say is Susanna buys a skirt for us. All right, we're back. Here we go. Hopefully you wrote down Susanna. Okay, buys. Okay, now it's not an object pronoun to say a skirt. If you say it, it goes before. But in this case, Susanna buys una falda. Okay, this means for us. We're going to keep that. Susanna nos compra una falda. Now, if you chose to not use that, and maybe you did, you know what, that would be okay. But it's not exactly what I was looking for, but that's all right. I mean, I can live with that. Let's say you decided to get rid of that and put down for us another way. You could actually say, Susanna compra una falda para nosotros. I think we have that previously in this little exercise. All right? Now, what I'm trying to prove to you is language is flexible. I've said that too many times already. It's flexible, man. Depends what you want to say. Do you want to say skirt? Say skirt. Do you want to say it? Say it. Do you want to say for us 2 different ways? Well, you can. All right? But we can do that in English. In Spanish, it's also done that way. Many other languages, it's flexible. There's many ways to do it. But I want you to know what it looks like when you see it and be able to do it if you want to do it this way. Okay? So, that's one of them. Let me see how much time I've chewed up here on this. I'm not sure if I want to. Let's see. All right, we're 10 minutes into this thing, okay? All right, this is going to be indirect. There's my bird clock in the back. There's my indirect object pronoun exercise 1. Stand by for exercise 2. It gets a little more complicated, but not too much. All right? Thank you for joining us today. I'll find another song for part 2.